Hey C3 family, welcome to your weekly update. I want to let you know about a few things to be expecting here in the next few days. And one of the big questions that many have had, we talked about this a little bit on Sunday morning, but I want to remind you is what is C3 going to do related to the mask mandate that's been given by the government, by the governor to say, hey, if you're in public, you need to be wearing a mask if you're around other people. Well, one of the exemptions that he had listed in his mandate, all the way down, if you look through the exemptions in paragraph O, was churches who are already social distancing are exempted from that. What that means is as long as we keep the blue tape where it needs to be and we keep sitting with our social distancing, we're okay not to wear masks in the worship experiences. Now that doesn't mean that you shouldn't feel like you could if you want to. If it's one of those issues where you feel more comfortable or you want to take the extra precaution to have a mask on, you're more than welcome to do that. But for those who would not be as comfortable coming and worshiping together wearing a mask, just know that that's not a mandate. That's not something we're going to ask you to do in order to be able to come into the building. So you are more than welcome to come and worship with us. And we'd also love for you to remember that you can bring your kiddos. Joy has been doing a great job having activities and things to keep the kiddos busy during the worship experience. And we're going to continue to provide as much as we can to keep your kids engaged as well. Speaking of services and speaking of this next month when the mandate is in place, we're not going to be starting back with C3 Kids, at least through the month of August, because you can't really do social distancing and have life groups in C3 Kids. So we're gonna ask you to participate with us in something that we're calling really simply Each One, Reach One. And what that means is this. Many of you have received phone calls from a member of the staff or a volunteer group who said, hey, I'll just call and check in on folks and see how they're doing. Maybe you've even made some phone calls to people that you know from the church that you've not seen for a while, and you just want to see how they're doing. Well, we're going to ask each one to reach one through the month of August. And if you reach one, well, you can reach a few more after that if you want to. But it's as simple as this. Pick up your phone, give them a call, and just say, hey, how are you? Haven't seen you in a while. I miss you. How you doing? And after you ask that question, ask a follow-up question, which is equally important. Is there anything I can be praying about for you, or is there anything that you need so that we can take care of the body here at C3 really, really well? And I want to encourage you in this. If you're part of a life group, don't necessarily make that phone call, that each one, reach one phone call, be somebody that you know really well. Don't let it be somebody that you hang out with every week or you're staying in contact with all the time. Make it be somebody that you're not real sure who might be reaching out to them. Make it be somebody that you can connect with that maybe you've not had a deep connection with before, so the body of Christ can really be the body of Christ. Here at C3, we talk about grow, connect, serve, share, and here's an opportunity for us to connect with one another and also to serve the community to make sure that we're connecting with folks. And even this, make it somebody who doesn't come to C3. Make it somebody that's just in your community that you know might not have had somebody reach out to them. Who knows? It might make all the difference for them, and it might spark great conversations that you could have with them, at least an opportunity to be praying for somebody that you wouldn't otherwise be thinking about. So we want you to do that. Each one, reach one. And we're going to continue to tell you about that and remind you of that through the month of August. Two other things real quickly. Coming up this coming Monday night, we're going to have an opportunity to worship together. Shane's going to lead us in the drawing room, but it actually won't be in a room this time around. It's actually going to be out at the Samaritan building by the fire pit out there just south of the Samaritan building. We're going to have an opportunity to gather together, keeping social distancing. We'll be outside, and we're going to worship our heads off, and we'd love for you to come and be part of that. Monday evening at 8 p.m., come for live worship together in the drawing room. And speaking of this coming week, on the 3rd and the 4th, which is Monday and Tuesday, we're going to have our annual back to school prayer vigil. Many of you have already signed up to take part in it, but I want to let you know, if the slots have already been filled up, which they have one time through, we're trying to fill them a second time through, but we want to fill them as much as we can with families. So if you're a mom or a dad or grandparents or aunts or uncles or wherever you fall on that spectrum, and you could grab a group of kiddos and you could come and pray together, two places you can get signed up. One, you can go to the website, or you can contact Cindy Clark and let her know that you would be willing to come as a family and take an hour-long slot. It's from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Monday and Tuesday, the 3rd and 4th, this coming Monday and Tuesday, and we're going to pray our faces off for this community, and we know that things are a little different this year, and we're going to pray that God's going to be out in front of all the teachers and all the administrators and anybody else who's involved in the school systems who are doing their best to get things started back up in this kind of weird season. So that's all I've got for you this week. I hope you're having a great week, and we look forward to seeing you masked or unmasked for worship on Sunday. Take care.